All right, we online. All right, let me see. Testing. I just want to do the testing. Okay, that I can hear nothing. Testing.
Oh, I did the run
testing,
from here to that
testing,
cul-de-sac
testing,
over there. Gosh, it like
testing.
winded me. It was so long.
Testing.
At least you tried.
I did it twice.
Damn, that's good. Twice, yeah.
Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, most people won't even.
Like by the time I got to the stop sign, oh my gosh,
Mhm.
I gotta keep running, but I want to walk so badly.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's good. You pushed yourself and everything. You're gonna be a good client. Shit.
I'm pretty serious when it comes to that type of stuff. Like
Yeah.
I'm dedicated.
And if it's something that you are used to doing that you've done before that you want to continue to do, let me know and we'll do it.
Yeah.
We live right now. Live as can be. How y'all doing? Welcome to the stream. Live with Unk Hardbody University. You know what it is. I'm dropping damage. Oh my goodness. Boom. I thought dropping damage. That's how you know it's gonna be a bad day. Oh my goodness. I can't be dropping damage. I love damage. Oh, I will pull over if I was going down the highway and find out I dropped it damage. I will pull over just to find it.
Mm.
Welcome in, everybody.
What's up? It's that hard body bastard.
In the better than we are. How the day going on?
It's going pretty good.
I agree, 100%.
Absolutely great. Yeah, absolutely great.
Today is Monday, and what's weird to me, it don't feel like a Monday at all.
Today, Monday?
That's what I'm saying. That's the same thing.
I didn't even know it was Monday.
One of them things.
Because I get up, I eat, sleep, I work out, repeat. I lay concrete in the street, sidewalk, or wherever it pays. I do it for your house or your damn driveway.
Yeah, absolutely. Only every day of the week.
Yeah, I do it. I do it.
It's a grind.
Yeah.
And it's a constant thing because you always got to improve. Self-improvement. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, buddy. But one thing I do know, and I do it when it's wet.
Don't do it when it's wet. Now, I heard this a few times that when the water hit the bags or whatever, it hardens.
I ain't seen that shit.
Yeah, you ruin the concrete like that. You know what I'm saying? So, rest, I want to.
And it's gonna drop brown.
Yeah.
Because of the acids that's in it, it's just gonna make it drop brown and all that other kind of crazy shit, man.
Yeah.
And you can't fix that shit, and then you're gonna be walking around looking crazy with a white and a brown, whatever it be.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
We talking about something.
This is my thing. When I do something, I don't just look it up and just figure it out. I study that shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't be bullshitting around with the shit that I be doing because one thing about it is that most of the time when I get ready to do something, or when my people get ready to do something, we always gotta not know what we're talking about, or we gonna fuck it up or something like that. So yeah, because and see the shit, it turned brown because the concrete, it contains a metallic acid.
Yeah, metallic acid
that causes discoloration when you have too much moisture on it. But what the fuck do I know? This is a good thing though. You can turn it back white with vinegar.
I didn't know that. I just learned something new, and y'all did too. Don't blame me like y'all knew that. No, y'all didn't. We just taught y'all something new.
You know that. Yeah. It's like I don't do shit like that.
All right, let me see. I'm looking up these because I done wrote down.
We're gonna explain that kind of shit to you about doing something at your fucking house.
You know what I'm saying? What I like about you, you are extremely knowledgeable. You know what I'm saying? And that's dope because you teach me things all the time.
I'm knowledgeable about a lot of shit. Like
absolutely.
Concrete, it'll dry in about 24 hours, but you don't really want to fuck with it and like drive a vehicle on it.
Yeah.
For almost shit like at least 10 days.
Yeah.
So that's why when you're doing highways, that's why they keep you off of them for so long. Because if you're driving that shit too soon, it's gonna break. So It's like I ain't no basic motherfucker. And then see, I have so many entrepreneur skills.
Yeah.
People would be like, motherfucker, it's no way that you've done all that shit in this short amount of time on earth. Well, motherfucker, yes, it is. I have a video for everything that I ever did.
Yes.
Everything.
I want to open up with as far as this podcast goes, I want to open up with a story.
Open up with a story.
All right. So, I used to say Roger a lot.
Roger that.
Now, for y'all that don't know, Roger is as a term of acknowledgement in the military. And I had met a group of guys that were pretty cool that were introduced to me by another guy that I knew. And so as I walk, they say, "Hey, this is a good friend of mine. Hey, good friend of mine. This is so and so, so and so, and so and so." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool. What's your name? Nice to meet you." And he's like, "Jacob." I'm like, "Roger." Next guy, "Hey, what's your name?" "Oh, I'm Michael. Nice to meet you." Or "Hey, I'm Michael. Nice to meet," or what is it? Was something like that. Jacob, Roger, Michael, Roger, Isaac, Roger. And I step back and I go, "My name is Peyton." They're like, "What the fuck? You just said your name was Roger." And I'm like, "No, that's how we talk." So yeah, using Roger a lot is probably not the best idea because you have to explain yourself, which I had to. And it was weird because for the before they knew my name was Roger, they were like, "Yeah." So they thought I was Roger up until I told them my name was Peyton. So yeah, it was.
Hey, don't start off with no story like that again.
Oh.
I'm just messing with you.
I mean, no, you
I just wanted to be funny.
Oh no, I got you. No, you got a point. You got a better point.
That's not a point. Oh, the joke is joke.
Oh, got you. Let's see.
Stop crying, boy. Why is he hollering like that?
Oh man, that was something that. Oh man, I suck. So Uncle Vanell told me to write something down. I didn't have a pen and paper, so I couldn't write it down. I didn't know who did that. I thought the ghost did.
Mama said, "Is it some more French fries?"
Yeah, in the freezer
No.
Outside. They outside in the refrigerator.
It is some French fries, and I was just
Yeah,
playing.
Come on. What's wrong? What did Mama do?
Man, I wrote down some topics,
Man.
man.
Why is cold up here and hot downstairs?
Yeah, I think it's the air rises thing.
You're not supposed to be warmer up here.
No, but I know, but the air's on. The AC.
Because that room is
Good.
hot.
What room?
And this room is
My
freezing.
room.
I think the wasn't the
This
AC
room
on?
is freezing.
The AC got on.
Oh, that's what they see is on, but I think it's off down there.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
I shut one of the vents.
I said-
Hopefully that'll fix it when I leave.
Yeah, you can shut both of them. I don't like them. I don't like this cold as hell. I don't like cold.
I couldn't reach the
Because he woke me up.
I
Boy, put me down.
What was that?
love extra shit.
Right now. Okay. All right. So-
Great podcast. This is a great podcast.
So, all right. So let's talk about some current trends. Now we're gonna have to make these up as we go based on our preference. But let's think on the spot right now. Let's come up with some current trends.
I'm okay.
What's the new current trend?
So things that are going on today. That's hot topics. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
What you got for me?
I don't know, brother.
Oh. I think some things that are well. One thing that I was told was music is probably a good trend, and music is a good topic
Yeah.
because we just came out of the studio and I think we killed it. I think we did. I look forward to seeing where that goes because I'm most definitely
Yeah, we
sure.
killed it
Yeah, most definitely sure
in the
that
studio.
absolutely.
That's how I go. Oopie.
Yeah,
I'm just making up something.
I think we definitely did our thing, and I ain't been messing with the music for a minute. So for me to get in there and just feel as comfortable as I did, I thought it was a refresher. But at the same time, I got that. What they call it? It's something that drives you. So whatever that was, I think it bit me today.
That ambition. The ambition,
I think so.
the drive,
Yeah.
the motivation.
Yeah. But I'm talking about the bug. Like they'd be like, when that bug gets you, oh, there's like a metaphorical bug that bites you, that drives you to go for the things that you. Why you doing it like that, man?
They got a metaphor bug. That's what it'll be. Cause I was on the damn mic, he bit the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, I recorded some of it, but I feel like my audio version of what I recorded wasn't as good as I wanted it to be.
Yeah, cause we're gonna get the motherfucking song and it's gonna be on.
Absolutely.
And you're gonna hear it how it going on.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me see.
Let me see. Let me see. We just on here. Why is only always just one person out here?
Because that person is, I'm gonna disrespect the hell out of him. That person is bored as hell, has no life, and got fired from the job this morning.
Obviously, we don't either because we on the YouTube live cast with one person watching.
You probably got a point.
It's all good. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Man, that make me feel like that's that view is not real. Can I have some of these?
I think. Oh yeah, go ahead. I feel like they're not real either. That's why I'm talking shit. When they always watching, but they never comment.
Never comment, never say nothing.
Yeah.
Like right now, if you was talking about me and I was watching your video, I'd be like, well, fuck you, I ain't no video.
Yeah.
At least I am watching.
Yeah, at least I'm watching, motherfucker. Now you lost the viewer, and then just dip the fuck out. It was a test. I wanted to see how they was gonna respond, and they still the fuck there. So
yeah, so
there's something good.
Something ain't right with that. YouTube, y'all don't have to stroke my ego. Now we're gonna be on.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna tell you about a scenario that came up. So I got different. Now this is irrelevant, but I'm gonna add this in just for the detail of what I'm going to talk about. So I have female friends everywhere, right? Mm-hmm. And a friend of mine named Haley hit me up the other day, and she was basically like, "How are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm good." So I haven't seen her in a while, right? But she texts me every now and again just to see how I'm doing. So one day she texted me, she was like, "I'm not feeling too well." I was like, "What's wrong?" She was just kind of out of my mind. I was like, "It's cool." So I'm trying to calm her down because apparently she's in this phase to where she just feels like a lot's going on. And I'm just like, man, she's just a friend, by the way. We ain't never done nothing, so y'all ain't got to ask about that or nothing. But anyway, I'm just like, man, what your issue is? So she
go back downstairs. She
don't want to tell me, but at the same time, she keeps like feeding me like different information. Or she wants to go home because apparently she's on vacation somewhere, and wherever she's at, she's not having any fun at all. It's kind of like a punishment. Like maybe she got in trouble, so then she gotta go to this place to kind of get her shit straight. And she doesn't want to be there, so she was just telling me all these different things. And I'm doing my best to talk to her, and she's like, what'd she say? She was basically just acting like a child. And I was like, fam, you are a grown-ass woman. Stop acting like that. And so she got pissed about that. Oh, so I'm acting like a child. And I was like, yeah, that's exactly what I said. That's exactly what you're doing. And so it escalated from that to her talking about taking her own life. And I was like, number one, that's not funny. That's not funny at all. She was like, no, I'm serious. And so I know some of her friends. So I hit, it kind of took a while though, because like basically she was telling me all the things that she was going to do to take her own life. And I was like, okay, so how would I feel if a friend of mine said that there's, because I know some people who took their own life. So I had to take it serious to a certain degree. And this be dark as hell for me to start off with. But I can't think of nothing else. My mind's blank, so I just got to run with something and see what happens. But anyway, I'm just like, damn, like, okay. So I hit up, an old friend. I'm like, hey, check on so-and-so. She's tripping. I'm too far to go see how she's doing, so can somebody hit her up? That person didn't respond, didn't acknowledge my message. I'm like, all right, bet. So I went to like 3 different people. Eventually, it got back to her. Turns out she was joking the entire time. She wasn't going to hurt herself. But that kind of pissed me off. I'm like, hey, first of all, you get me involved with your scenario, telling me a little bit. And then when I show that I care a little bit too much, you joke about killing yourself.
Yeah.
And then when I show my care even more by reaching out to people that you know, that we know, that can check on you, you like get pissed at me for, I guess, well, she was mad that I was like telling other people to check on her. She was like, I'm a grown ass woman. I was like, apparently you a dummy because you told me that you was going to take your own life, and I went to reach out to somebody that I knew who you were, and now you pissed at me for. And I wasn't trying to put a business out there.
Yeah, but still you want somebody to go check on.
Yeah, and then she mad at me. And I was like, you know what? Leave me out your personal business. Don't talk to me no more. Leave me alone. Leave my number. Get out of here. Get going. You know, that type of thing. And I just thought, man, I just ran me out a little bit. Like, how you gonna do me like that? I'm supposed to be your homie. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to be friends. If I said some crazy, which I hope I never, if I was to say some crazy like shit like that, I would want somebody to hit my people up too. Like, hey, Robbie over there, acting the fuck up. Somebody go check on that nigga. For real. Robbie is acting the fuck up, and I don't know what's wrong with him.
They don't like us.
They don't have to.
They don't really care about us.
Yeah. I like me just fine. And that's the beauty of it.
I'm gonna choke on that damn gummy bear.
So, all right. So let me talk a little bit about me, because I can talk about me all day. Can we agree on that? I can talk about me all day without really running out of material. So
yeah, let's hear it.
I grew up in South Park. That's where I grew up with my grandma.
In West Philadelphia, born and raised.
And I ain't gonna lie, I do feel like the Fresh Prince. You know what I'm saying? Uncle Phil, Will. You know what I'm saying?
So you call me Uncle Phil?
Yeah.
Oh.
That was my reference. What song was that? It said, first off, rest in peace, Uncle Phil.
Yeah.
For real. He the only father that I ever knew. I get my girl pregnant, I'm gonna be a better you. You feel me? So, I mean, I believe it or not, Uncle Phil was and shit, we can talk about Uncle Phil. We all know Uncle Phil. Uncle Phil was a father figure in a position of an uncle. And a father, because he also had kids of his own. And a husband, because he had a wife. So, yeah.
Well, damn.
Yeah.
I see how the relation is. Thank you.
Absolutely. And
that's funny.
With that being said, too, I feel like, I ain't gonna say I feel like Will Smith, because that's a whole nother level. Like, I won't feel like that until I'm like moving on a larger scale. And I feel like where I'm at right now, I have the ability to get a buzz. I don't think I have a buzz. I don't think I'm tipsy. I think I have the ability to get a buzz. Now, it depends. Now, I'm going to tell y'all what I'm talking about, because we lost a little bit. We all like, what is this nigga rambling about? I'm going to tell you. So, I think I'm a jack of all trades. And if I was to pick something that I like, so these are the three magic things, in my opinion, that can take you anywhere in life.
Let us know.
Doing something you like.
Yeah.
Doing something you're good at.
Yep.
And doing something that you're knowledgeable of.
Exactly.
So if one specific thing fit all three of those, you probably going far in life. And the reason is, there's a lot of things behind that, you know, motivation, dedication, drive, commitment, all those different things. And some of them words might be the same thing. I don't know, but they spell different, so it works for me.
Exactly.
You know, you're not really working. So if I'm not saying I'm going to pursue music or I'm going to pursue anything specific, which I already know what I'm out to pursue. But alternatively from that, what am I going to pursue? You know, entertainment, music, you know, comedy. You know, I think there's definitely plenty of things like that. But the main thing that I want to even focus on or even think about is podcasting or media to some degree. Yeah. You know, being a journalist, I hate writing, but this book is full of dumb stuff that I wrote at one point or another and just never read again. I feel like most of us do that. I feel like that's something that's relatable. That's a relatable topic. You ever write something down and never go back to it?
Yeah, I have a couple of times.
You know, I definitely feel like that's something that we all do. Believe it or not, that was me in school. We would take tests, and obviously I wouldn't study for the test. So when it came to the test day or getting really close, I would end up cheating off somebody else's paper, take all those answers, write them down, only for it to never matter because I would never look at those notes again. You know, and I feel like that's very common. So I'm saying that to say, for me to become an anchorman or a journalist or a writer, anything like that, it probably wouldn't fit me too well because I don't really care about writing. I don't. The only thing that I've ever written and cared about enough to go back to and read over and over are raps that I wrote. Anything else, I wrote a book. I'm not gonna say I wrote a book before, but I wrote a story. And it would be much better if I could tell because that's from the story I wrote. I just wrote it once, critiqued it every now and again, and then I never went back to it. I don't know why I do that, but that's a habit that I had.
So what the story is now?
Well, I was gonna tell a story, but I'm sure the story is somewhere in my pile of papers. And I have I'm telling you, I have shoe boxes full of papers of raps that I've written, stories that I've written, poems that I've written, songs that I've written, like all kind of things that I've written, and I've never gone back to it. And I don't know.
Oh wee, man.
Yeah.
Oh wee.
But so this story, I'm gonna sell it the way I wrote it. There was a kid who was, and at the time when I wrote this, I was probably about 20 something. I want to say I was 20 something. And no, I was probably younger than that. I had to be about maybe 17, 18. So this kid that I was writing a story about was probably in middle school. And I really don't know his race. I mean, in my head, he was white, but I didn't give him a race, so he could have been anything.
Yeah.
But anyway, he was late for school. No, he wasn't late for school. He woke up. I might stumble over this story a little bit because I wrote it so long ago. I'm just kind of going over my visualization while I was writing it. So he wakes up because his alarm's going off, but he's tired because he went to bed late from playing video games or whatever he was doing. I didn't specify in the story. And his mom is a single mom. She's late 30s. She's working, so she gets up. She's dressed really nice. She's on her way out the door, and she says, "Tommy, make sure." I might need to write that down, but I don't have a pen. Make sure that you're not late for school. He's like, "All right, mom, got it." Already sounds like a white kid, so we're gonna say he's white. And no offense to anybody who's white. All right, just doesn't really matter. I'm just going over the story.
Yeah.
And so he lays back down. Well, actually, yeah. So he gets up, he looks around, sees his room is a mess. He's like, man, if I don't clean this room up, I'm gonna end up hurting myself. Right? But he goes back to bed, wakes up, he's late for school. So he runs all the way to school, right? Gets to school, goes to his first period class. He walks in and there's one open seat. He sits down in that seat and he's not there long. A kid comes up to him, taps him on the shoulder. I don't have a name for this story either. Cat taps him on the shoulder and he's like, "You're sitting in my seat, dweeb." Kid ignores him. He's minding his business, he's chilling. And he said, "Did you hear me? I said you're sitting in my seat." And he's like, well, he looks up at him and says, "Well, it doesn't have your name on it." They get into a fight right then and there, right? The bully challenges him to a fight. He punches the bully as hard as he can. Bully falls hit the floor. Teacher gets up. "Tommy, go to the principal's office." And he's trying to explain himself to tell the teacher, "Hey, I was defending myself. This kid came up to me and blah, blah, blah." He's like, "No, go to the principal's office." So he's like, all right. So he goes to the principal's office. This kid gets suspended for however long he got suspended. But he got suspended. Principal calls his mom. He goes home. So he's kind of in a panic a little bit. And he's like, so as he has a lot on his mind, to kind of relieve his stress, he's like, okay, I'm going to clean my room. I'm going to let that be my therapy. Well, I forgot to mention earlier in that day, in the morning before he went to school, he went to grab something out of his closet, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he grabs it, leaves. So as he's cleaning up, he trips and falls over a ball that's on the floor. It's a baseball or something.
Mm-hmm.
Slips, fall, hits his head. He's out cold. How long? No one knows. He gets up and he's like, "Oh man, that kind of hurt." He goes to that closet, and in the back of that closet that he's never seen before was a hook, right? And he's never seen this hook before, but it's on the wall. It looks rusted. It looks old. But he's like, "Man, we've lived here all this time. There's never been a hook there. Where did this hook come from?" So he pulls on the hook, tugs on it. It opens. He crawls into the little crawl space, right, into the tunnel, and he comes out into this area that he's never seen before, and it's trees everywhere, right? So he's curious. The curiosity has the best of him. He wants to know, where am I right now? So as he gets through the woods or through the brush, he sees this entire community that's the weirdest thing he's ever seen. Like there's no greenery for the landscape. It's all different colors. Like all these trees are just weird looking. They're different colors, and they're just if you want to picture it, you can picture it to be like a fun town or something. Like maybe somebody.
I did. Me, Uncle Junior. I did. Hardbody University said it. Hardbody University did it.
Oh yeah. So he.
What kind of wine did you get?
Almost got it.
It was let me see. Oh, so this place that he is, it's his getaway, it's his runaway, it's his escape. So he's like, you know what? I'm not going back there for a while. I wanna be free, because he's stressed out, right? He's got all these. His mom's gonna be pissed at him. He got suspended from school. He was late. So all these things are kind of building up on his plate in his mind, and he's like, this is my escape. This is where I'm gonna run away to. I can probably relate to the story because I probably felt like that a few times growing up. And so as he's going through the neighborhood, he sees this really big swimming pool, probably like the size of 2 Olympic pools together. And he's like, you only live once. He jumps in the pool. As soon as he hits the pool, everything turns red. Why?
So he died?
Not exactly.
Oh.
He doesn't realize that he's not there.
Oh, I bet that pool wasn't bigger than Kanye pool.
It probably wasn't. But when he comes to, he's in the back of the ambulance with his mom. He's looking up. There's bright lights in his face from the ambulance. Turns out when he fell in his room, he was there the entire time. He never regained consciousness until his mom came home. And that's when he woke up in the ambulance, is when they were taking him.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so that's as far as I've gotten with that story, writing it down as detailed as I explained it. That's how I wrote it, and that's how I remember writing it. But I never finished that story, and I never continued it either. Like I just kind of stopped there and was just like, man, I got to get back to writing stories. So
yeah, you'll get back to it.
Absolutely.
We'll assume like a witch on the broom, boom.
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
And I like doing stuff like that. I like writing poems and writing stories. And
me too. I got a lot of stuff that I wrote down.
Okay. I mean, if you don't mind, share it. Like I would love to hear about it.
Who is that?
We need to get this.
What is that? Where is that at? How much is that thing?
I don't know. You renting?
How much is that? You guys scared?
How much is it to rent?
I don't know. I'm about to see it.
Yeah, that's right there on the ground. I'm writing that thing. I'll write shit out there.
I never told you this. You got headphones. You
I
can
want
plug them
to
in.
rolling
I
down the
can hear
highway. Come
you.
on.
We can hear, like we can both hear.
Oh, I don't have it.
I don't think I have any either. If I did, they'd be on somewhere.
You ain't ready yet. We getting it together.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. But if you have some stories you want to share, absolutely. Anything. It don't even have to be anything you wrote. Just anything.
I have a story about being sick and tired of being sick and tired. I ain't sick and tired till I'm sick and tired. Right on the side. I look like I'm an old ass grandpa. I'm all corny and shit.
In my opinion, you're a young grandpa.
I am.
You what?
Young grandpa.
I'm still corny. I feel like.
I think
I'm tired for real. That studio exhausted me.
Absolutely.
Because I really went in there and gave it what I had.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to hit a finished product and it's gonna go down.
Yeah.
Because he was already mixing and mastering while we was there.
Yeah.
That's why the thing was like that.
Oh yeah. It's why I took a long too.
I'm glad I didn't come with you guys. I would have lost
You know what I'm
patience.
saying that? Remember?
What?
When I was like, if you was game, we wouldn't have been there as long because you would have wanted to go home. You were going home and everything.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't gonna leave till I was done.
Good
Yeah.
choice on my part.
No, because that's usually how it is. Like when it's the boys, we, you know what I'm saying, we hang as long as we hang.
And that's the first time we ever did that.
You feel me?
And I had to get that done.
Yeah. But when, like, if you were to tag along, you wouldn't have had the same vibe as we had. You would have been like, okay, this is boring. They're not doing anything. They're just sitting here listening to the same song over and over.
I would have been crazy. So
You see what I'm
glad
saying?
y'all went together.
See, I know you too damn well. That's all that means. Yeah, you know. But shoot, man, I got plenty of stories and things. Absolutely.
Man.
Absolutely. I
And
think so.
we finished it. We got the songs done.
Mhm.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, I probably should have been texting in the morning and remind him to send it to one of us.
Yeah,
Send it to one of us. Yeah.
That was cool.
Just in case he forget tonight. He might forget tonight because I mean, you know what I'm saying? You said he was vibing, he was eating and vibing. So I know that happens, you know. But I'll probably remind him in the morning. I think I got his number on the cover or
Yeah, I think you do.
yeah, I'll text him. If he forgets to send it tonight. You good though? Yeah. You look tired.
Close that back to me.
You don't like it open? That's why we got covers. That's why we got covers.
Yeah, but I don't want to snuggle with you.
You don't have to snuggle with me.
You're tall enough to do it. If you stand on that shirt, you can close it. I can't. Okay, good. I'll do it myself. Just give me the chair.
I'm sitting in this chair.
Why? You're making life difficult. I can't go to bed.
We are literally all in here and it's not even cold in here.
You're not in there though.
You're not either.
The lesson with the lesson, time professor, because I'm a fool with this y'all stick better, you're the professor.
Come on. Good Lord.
The lesson with the lesson, become the teacher, I'm a fool with this y'all stick better, you're the professor, because I'm training you. And the living is not me, the come of the really be, capital prayer, when the gun the third time, when I did it night, is what it'll look like. Y'all did the thighs, the line of the big thing, really be, and then he. Fingers get itchy, and the niggas start to flopping and dropping when I'm gonna hit them. The niggas start to flopping and dropping when I'm hit them.
You asking me everything I don't know the answer to. Alright, I guess my answer to you when I get back to you in the morning.
I'm feeling like this. Get away from them niggas, cause the thing I'm feeling, when I really start to feel it in my tree, it started popping and flopping, them niggas dropping and stopping. Get away from them niggas. Get away from them niggas when I get there.
I don't know what to talk about. I had a whole book full of topics that I literally wrote down.
What the top of it when I get there?
Well, I remember one was police brutality. I remember that for sure. I'm pretty sure I could have added fucking all
Give
kinds of
me
shit.
another motherfucker, couple of triggers.
Like what you feel about conspiracy theories or fucking. I don't really know about conspiracy theories. I know a few people who get into that shit. They were like conspiracy theories. Oh, I think aliens are already here. You're like, damn. Realizing, like, just to kind of make a funny comment, like if somebody was to say some shit like that, you're like, how can somebody so smart be so stupid at the same time? I don't know. Anyway, I'm vibing. And everything. Shit, I think we do this. Let me make sure that this shit is on private, because if anything, this shit gonna sell and it's gonna hit, but I don't want it to. You never know. So we're gonna make it private for now.
Let me see. So Twitter.
I'm gonna end it like that.